Hey guys, hope you guys are all doing well. With everyone staying home these days, more and more people are consuming content online and for longer periods of time. So I thought to myself, instead of taking a passive approach and watching these videos on end, why don't we take more of an active approach and use some of our mental abilities? So I decided to create a series where I'm going to be posting around 3 to 5 questions that have to do with puzzles, riddles, and IQ type questions. The point here isn't that you don't need to be knowledgeable in any certain subject area. Aside from having passed elementary school and being able to know how to add and subtract. The main point is that you should be able to analyze how you approach problems and your thought process. So treat this as a game. You may not be able to answer all of the questions, or you may be able to answer all of them. Depending on how many you're able to answer, maybe even ask your family and friends nearby to see how much they can answer. And lastly, try to really challenge yourself. You could just scroll down to the description and find all the answers, but it's not as fun as you being able to answer the questions yourself. And with that being said, let's jump right in. The first question is a riddle. There are many iterations of this riddle, but I will give you a basic sense of it. Imagine you and your family standing on one side of the bridge, and you must cross the bridge with your family before the bridge collapses. You have 17 minutes to do so. Anything more than that, and not everyone will make it. However, each one of your family members walk at a different pace. You have the ability to go across the bridge in 1 minute, your sister in 2 minutes, your father in 5 minutes, and your grandfather in 10 minutes. It is dark, and you cannot see anything except without a flashlight. But because the flashlight is so dim, only 2 people can cross the bridge at once before one person has to come back with the flashlight to pick up another person. There is only one flashlight, and you cannot cross the bridge unless at least one person out of the 2 that are crossing the bridge at the same time has a flashlight. With these conditions, is it possible for everyone to cross in under 17 minutes? What is the order that they would have to cross? So for example, say you decide to go first with your grandfather to cross the bridge. That would take a total of 10 minutes. Now you decide to come back with the flashlight to bring another family member. Now you're sitting at 11 minutes. And now you decide to bring your father along across the bridge, which would take another 5 minutes adding to the 11, and now you're sitting at 16 minutes. And if you decide to go back with the flashlight to bring up your sister, you have already reached 17 minutes. So in this situation, you have 2 family members at the end and 2 family members still sitting at the start. So you have to figure out a combination where you can bring all family members to the end of the bridge in 17 minutes or less. It's important to remember that the flashlight does not always need to stay in one person's hand. The next few questions are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm going to play them one by one, so feel free to pause it and look over them. Essentially, what you want to focus on here are finding the general patterns to complete the missing squares. And there you have it. These questions may have been difficult or easy for you, but regardless, I hope you had fun and feel free to ask your family or friends nearby to see if they can solve them. Have a great day and see you next time.